This is my friend Jonathan Wright. I've known him for 14 years. Anyone that has the chance to meet John knows that he is a kind and loving person who loves to spend time with his friends and family, and most of all, play guitar and sing. I can guarantee you if you met Jonathan once or twice, if he wasn't smiling while talking to you, then he was making you smile. It's just the kind of man he is. John and I have a very special bond and a special love for the outdoors, and we were able to spend a lot of time up in the Sierras. Every summer we would go up with a big boys trip and it would be my dad and a bunch of our friends, and we would go up and it was just a guy's trip and just hanging out and doing those things. And one year in particular, a lot of people couldn't make it, and so it was just really myself, my brother-in-law and his kids, and Jonathan. And my brother-in-law, and he had younger kids, and they really kind of were into camping, but not so much. They ended up kind of going down into town and doing a lot of things away from the campsite. And John and I found ourselves, with a lot of time on our hands up in the mountains, and did the one thing that him and I both love, which is to hike. And we would wake up early in the morning, have breakfast, and head out on the John Muir Trail and just hike for hours and hours and hours. And it was really the only person in my life that I have that type of, that shared that love for just conquering a trail and going out and being in nature. And we would sit there and we would talk to each other and just say that how sorry we felt for people who didn't have this experience, and how we felt we were so lucky because we were able to be in nature and attacking these hills and going into crazy elevation and just killing our knees and our legs. And we were the happiest ever because we were there one-to-one talking about life, talking about the future, talking about everything and anything, and just truly enjoying each other's company and enjoying the day, and just being out there in the midst of just these mountains and the scenery it takes your breath away. And I had that kindred spirit with Jonathan in that I always knew if I needed somebody, if I wanted to go out and do that with someone, if I wanted to get to the mountains, to get away, he was somebody who truly understood and felt the same way I did about being in a situation like that, being in that environment. And those are the most special times we shared. We don't see each other very much in our day-to-day lives, and sometimes even now that we're both a lot busier, months go by that we don't really see each other except for parties and things like that. But I do know that if I ever called him and said, hey, I would be going up to Mammoth or up to Bishop on this date, if he had the time available, he'd be up there in a second, and we'd pick up right where we left off. And those are the times that I really cherish and I remember, and I just can't wait to do that again, to be with my friend up in the mountains and to be hiking those trails and killing our legs one more time. On Sunday, June 3rd, many of us gathered at John's home to celebrate his 40th birthday. It was John in rare form, mingling with family and friends, taking the stage to play some songs and embracing being a kid by having 25-foot water slide for everyone to use. This party set off a week of celebration for John as he took time off of work to go camping. This would also be the last time many of us would get to see him. 1 week later, John was finishing his camping vacation when a freak accident happened. He was thrown from a pickup truck and suffered a severe brain trauma. John is currently in a medically induced coma with the hopes that his brain swelling will decrease. He has great physicians surrounding him, and his family is doing what they can to be by his side as they travel from Cincinnati and beyond. We are all praying for John while he fights for his life. As his friends and family, there is not much we can do as individuals, but together, there may be a way that we can all help John, even you. The medical bills for John are going to be tremendous. There are also going to be costs for providing housing and meals for his family while they stand vigil by his side. At the very most, you can help by donating whatever you can to ease the burden of these costs. But for those who cannot afford to donate, we ask only that you keep John in your thoughts and pass this message on. Email it, post it, tweet it, share it, in whatever way you can, and you'll be doing the greatest service of all, spreading the word. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen, and it's our hopes that soon John will be able to thank you himself.